and welcome back to Tales of Symphonia. We have James with us and John. Come on, James, say something. See? He's got really good at his cat meows.
Oh boy.
James is upset now. I don't know what I did to upset him.
Actually, I thought James was dead.
Oh yeah. Press F to pay respects. Oh gosh! He does not like the respects. Okay, go. Get off my shirt. Sorry. The cat was not realizing she had to unclaw herself so as to not stay there. It's like, okay, so you clawed yourself into my shirt and I can't let you go. Good job, cat.
Yeah, my cats will occasionally claw themselves under the carpet and get stuck.
Yeah. By the way, I totally didn't realize this is where I'm supposed to go because it's kind of... There's a floating island. I don't know if you've noticed, so I couldn't remember if this was the floating island or not. It's kind of not very obvious, honestly, where you have to go.
Yeah.
Colette's captured again, by the way. Because, damsel in distress trope? I don't know. Also, my old microphone died, so I think it sounds better, but sounds worse at the same time because I'm using a Guitar Hero Live microphone now. What? At least until I get enough money for a Blue Yeti, which might be a while. So, but I mean, you said it sounds better, right, John?
Yeah, it sounds clear. There's a lot less background sound too.
So that's good, at least. I mean, yeah. Yeah, we started doing... Oh yeah, this is where we find out that Colette is technically worthless at the moment.
Worthless? Absolutely. A sinful chosen like that is completely useless for my marriage.
So basically, she has that angel toxicosis thing technically came back. I don't think we officially know that at the moment. It's a little bit different than it was last time, however. But basically, because Lloyd's key crest that he made for her was really crappy because he's not a dwarf, it gave her angel toxicosis again, so good job, Lloyd!
You and I are the epitome of sin. I'll drag you down to hell with me.
I gotta say, Rodile's a huge jerk, but I love his voice actor.
You inferior beings and your silly jokes.
Also,
Yeah, he's reminiscent of, like almost like Dr. Robotnik or something like that.
yeah, I mean, I would definitely agree with that, because he's kind of the mad scientist type of guy, so, yeah. But...
Don't try to fight them. Run! Winged dragon.
To be fair, I was pretty over-leveled at this point. Not like as over-leveled as I got later in the game, but this boss is kind of stupid. Like, we'll find out why in a second. It's not because of these two guys. There's a third part of this boss that they haven't decided to show us quite yet.
Oh, is it like heal spam?
Not that bad. It's more so... Hold on a second. We'll wait for it. It's more so takes up half the battlefield. So it smacks you wherever it goes. And then, just gonna disappear. Hey, I'm over here now where your entire party is. So, have fun. It's... yeah. Like, it's not the baby dragons that... Baby dragon! That happens to be the problem. It's the winged dragon that does. The camera's a little bit awkward for this fight, too, because I don't think it's used to this size of boss.
Yeah, the boss taking up half the screen.
Yeah, exactly. Like, as you can see, one of the baby dragons already almost dead. I think the winged dragon also happens to, if I remember correctly, have an attack that happens to hit most of the battlefield, which is not exactly fun either. On the bright side, we actually have plot this time, as opposed to last time where we had a little bit of plot, but not a lot of plot.
Yeah, most of it was just moving the boxes around.
Yeah. Which I'm sorry that I'm super bad at puzzles. We should... Alright, when we happen to get to the Professor Layton series, I call him not it. I think that's probably a good decision.
That's giving nothing but puzzles, though.
Exactly, that's why I'm saying I shouldn't do it.
I don't know how we get a series out of it, though, because people would just be watching us solve puzzles.
That's true. Also, unison attacks don't work against this boss, which really annoys me.
Why wouldn't they? You feel like, I don't know, if it's such a big boss, they would need to.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just because it wouldn't fit onto the camera. so they just made it so it didn't work.
Oh yeah, maybe because it has to focus on it.
By the way, there's that attack that hits a lot of people. Just took down Rain. But yeah, I mean, you're right. Crap, what were we talking about before? I was actually going to go on someplace. Oh no. Oh yeah, I was thinking point and click games. I was gonna say we're probably gonna do some point and click games at some point, but that's a little different just because there's at least actual plot for most of them.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a massive backlog of different stuff.
Because I want to do the longest journey at some point, but as you said, we got all the Deus Ex series now, which I got to finish Tales of Symphonia, so it'll probably be after Tales of Symphonia, guys. It'll probably be a good 2 years before we do another RPG, just because we're planning to do the entire Deus Ex series. So that'll take a while.
JRPG?
Yeah, another JRPG. Good point.
Yeah, because I figure we have other short ones that we
yeah,
or ones with RPG elements.
Because I was gonna say you're working on System Shock at the moment. I'm trying to think if I would say Deus Ex has RPG elements or not.
I mean, the first one I'm assuming it would because there's perk trees and stuff.
That's a good point. Yeah, Deus Ex 1 does. The others do a little bit. It's like Baby's first RPG, but it's not. It's not so Baby's first RPG that it's Final Fantasy Mystic Quest.
Maybe I'm just like Rodile said.
Which
I think so we got System Shock and I also got Vampire, which that'll be fresh for me going into. So that'll be new for everybody.
That's true, and I think Ott really wants us to do the Borderlands games, which that'll be interesting. I like the gameplay for the games. I think I figured out what I don't like about Borderlands. It's like most of the cast I don't like.
What, like they're unlikable?
Yeah, and then
I think they're supposed to be like that. They're like unlikable.
And then
I think that it's the unlikable. I don't know what the term would be, but they're supposed to be as irritating as possible that you'd love them.
I get that. I guess I get that, but it's like I don't love any of them. The one that I like is Roland, and they killed him, so it's like, thanks, I guess. I guess Brick, but Brick doesn't speak much, so that doesn't really count.
Yeah, he's only there a couple of times.
Yeah. Also, for some reason, apparently the majority of Borderlands is at least bi, so I don't really agree with that part either. I don't get why they had to do that.
I don't know, I guess it's I don't know. Maybe it's just inclusive, or they just figure, hey, well, there's bound to be some bi people in here.
Okay?
Yeah, it might just be they haven't rounded out the cast yet, because I think, like, there's so many that happens to be, Athena is, Jamie Springs is, Tiny Tina is, there's a few others that I'm not thinking of at the moment.
Tiny Tina is?
Tiny Tina is. I got curious because Ott was always talking about how Tiny Tina is awesome, so I looked into the wiki, and yep, she is.
I'm pretty sure Moxie and Lilith are as well.
I would not be surprised if Moxie is.
Yes, thanks to you.
I think that's more so for the I don't know, for the fetish of it. She uses that to get off on it.
Just as I thought. Okay then. Now that my cute little Presea smiled, it's a good time to start thinking about the next step.
Yeah, we got Colette back, so what now?
What else? We're going to
Oh, hang on. Wouldn't it be absolutely catastrophic to completely separate the two worlds, though?
It would.
They rely on mana so much.
It would, and that we do get into that. They actually changed that plan eventually, so you're a little early.
It's pretty stupid to say, oh, well, there's these two worlds that are connected, and if they all need the same mana, we'll just cut it in half. I'm sure it'll fix itself.
Yeah, basically, since they happen to be striving for mana between each other, can you kind of guess what the world was originally?
Professor, is something wrong?
I mean, assuming it was all just one big one, but then something split it
Exactly.
into two.
Exactly. So splitting them apart would be even stupider.
Because now there's no more mana.
Exactly. Well, I mean, one of them would have mana, but I would guess that that one that would have mana would eventually overload from the sheer amount of mana.
Yeah, because it's not getting evenly distributed.
Yeah. Are we ignoring him? I can't remember. Oh, he's doing homework. Okay. This is where we find out that Zelos is actually smart on math and nothing else. I mean, it's not shown that he's dumb on anything else but math at the moment, but this is like the first of 3 or so cutscenes.
Yeah.
So, and here's the next. I don't know if we go here yet, but that is supposed to be okay. Apparently not. I think I got some stuff out of order because I hadn't played Tales of Symphonia in like 10 years. So, I think we're going to the flying area now. Maybe. It's one of two things. We're going to the flying area, or okay, we're making a quick trip here because apparently we can't activate the Devil's Arm side quest until we. Oh, hey, we have the second one right here now. Most of the time, it takes a little bit of time for overarching cutscenes. It doesn't go right away. Oh, excuse me.
I can never take the term graduated top of my class seriously anymore because it always reminds me of the Navy SEAL copy pasta.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I
I
almost
graduated
forgot.
top of my class, sniping Al Qaeda. I have over 300 confirmed kills. I am trained in guerrilla warfare.
I almost actually forgot about that copy pasta. This is the guy that starts the Devil's Arm side quest, by the way. You can't do it till you have 8 party members, so since Colette was not with us, we didn't have 8.
Oh, like an arm for each party member?
Yeah, you get 1 Devil's Arm for each party member. Technically, you get 2 for Kratos/Zelos. We do possess... You also have to possess a Devil's Arm. I should mention that, which we do. So I think we're starting this now. Basically, he's a bunch of demon hunters. They hunt demons.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't... What does demon hunters do? We hunt demons? Every member of family lost their lives to the curse of the Devil's Arms. Anything be done? Yeah, so basically, as I said, Zelos gets 2. I think we can fight Nebulon if I remember correctly, but I'm not doing that side quest. That side quest is not something that I want to do. There's a few side quests that will be missing just because I don't want to.
Yeah.
I mean, the other thing is, as I said, I think it's going to be 66 episodes. So as of this episode, we have 29 more episodes, so I think 66 is enough.
Oh, yeah. I keep forgetting how close we're getting at this rate.
Yeah. I mean, let me see. It's June at the moment. I think we're just did 20 or close to 20 on the channel itself. So, I mean, this will be a little bit dated, but not like awfully dated.
Yeah, we're starting to catch up with ourselves. Because there were ones we were talking about things that had happened like months earlier.
Yeah, exactly. So now that we've actually started uploading, though, it's, yeah, exactly. As you said. I just need to actually upload this week. Last week, I don't know, I was just not feeling it. So I'm actually uploading all our videos tonight just so I can't not, just to ensure everything. Same with my channel. I was not very good with my channel either. Zealous is not good to worry all by yourself, so... Oh, right, I was going to say, I remember why we started with Tales of Symphonia now, just because of all the stuff in there. I was thinking, I probably should have started with one of my favorite JRPGs instead of one that would have been a good talking point, I guess.
Yeah.
That's alright. I don't dislike Tales of Symphonia. I actually like its prequel better, Tales of Fantasia. I have that one for the Game Boy Advance, though. That one technically never got released in its original format, much like one of my other favorite Game Boy Advance games, Final Fantasy V, never got released in its original format, so... Yeah. And then we're going to have the third Devil... We're coming here for the third Devil's Arm, by the way. If you remember, there was that green chest that we couldn't open earlier. We can open it now. So we're 1/3 of the way done with the Devil's Arm side quest. It's just...
I remember this place. This was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was.
I had this stupid light puzzle to get the vines lifted up.
And it didn't always work, remember? That was the other part.
Yeah.
And then it had that second part of the super boss that you fight at the end. Which I actually think I had a lot easier time with the third form of the second form. And you don't do it. Because Lloyd is Lloyd. So, as you can tell, Rain's kind of been quiet the entire time. Can you guess what's going to happen with Rain?
Oh boy.
Yeah, pretty much. She's just sitting there reading, not doing anything.
Surprised they're still doing homework at this point. Considering the village and the school was, Oh, actually, I don't think their village was sacked. Wait, did they burn their home village down?
Yeah, they did.
Oh, the schoolhouse doesn't matter, so they don't have to go to school anymore.
No,
They
but
got-
I mean, their teacher is still with them, though, so...
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. It's a cute enough cutscene, though. But yeah, here's that chest we tried to open earlier. So, as I said, we're 1/3 of the way done now. It's just the others, you have to... There's... Yeah.
Fafnir. Oh, wow. That's Norse mythology reference.
Yeah, there's a few of them that are like that.
That's what a lot of Japanese RPGs are going to do. They
Yeah.
reference just a multitude of different
Yeah,
religions or
they do.
myths.
Yeah, especially the Persona series, which, I mean, obviously you know
I mean,
that,
they
but,
do
yeah.
it in a more serious research kind of way, as opposed to just, let's name it Thor.
Yeah, that's true. So I obviously like Persea, so I'm going to ask her, should we stop collecting them? Because, yeah. Something's going on with Persea. I haven't finished the side quest quite yet. I'm pretty much at the end of it, because I have finished all the collecting now. I just have to go and do... There's a boss, of course, after you collect all of them. I'm not going to ruin who it
yeah.
is. Yeah. Because of course there is.
I mean, I think it was named as giant skeleton with like 8 arms.
Yeah, I was going to say, we did fight that. That's not the boss for this, though. We do fight that, and that, yeah, as I said, that's one of the super bosses, which I actually, as I said, I had an easier time with his second form than his third, so... I think we're going the right area now. I think we had to go to El Tessa. I think I'm looking for somebody. And he might not be here yet. Like, I might actually have to go to the Temple of Earth before he's here. Because one of the Devil's Arms requires you to get all the gnomes back where they... Or maybe it's dwarfs. No, gnomes. I can't remember. All the things back where they belong.
Do you know if you ever got to naming all the dogs yet?
I don't think... No, I haven't. Like, I think there's a few I might have missed. Because there's a couple of towns that do get sacked that you can't visit again. So,
wow.
yeah. But, I mean, I'm just doing it because it's kind of a cute little side quest thing. It gets you a title. I don't think the title is very good, if I remember correctly. Nope, that gnome's not here, so we can leave now. No, we can leave now. Okay. Come on. There. Nope, no, okay.
Probably get every bit of dialogue you can get to be safe.
Yeah, because it's like, I really hate backtracking, because it's like, he really should be here, but he's not.
Yeah.
So here we have Persea being super depressed because, you know, everybody else has aged around here and or died. So, I mean, I can get where she's coming from.
Yeah.
Well, you should talk to Samurai Jack then if you want to go back to the past. Samurai. I've heard the 5th season of that wasn't great, by the way.
I mean, the new one?
Yeah.
I thought people loved it.
From what I've heard, they loved it until the season finale. Or series finale.
Maybe. Actually, I kept reminding myself to get to it, but I never did.
Yeah, I've watched bits and pieces. A lot of the memes for it I don't happen to be enjoying.
Yeah.
Especially the extra thick one.
Yeah, it's been a meme for the longest time.
Yeah, it has been. Also, I don't know why they had to put in a guy that looked like a penis for one of the episodes, but they totally did. So...
Yeah, it was rated TV-14, so they could have gotten away with it.
Yeah, they could have. It's just like, but what did this add to the story aside from ha 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 penis joke?
If it was on purpose, it may have just been a complete accident.
No, one of the characters specifically says that guy looks like a penis, so it definitely wasn't an accident. I think they were trying, as you said, going for the TV-14 rating, but it's like...
Yeah, they want to milk it for as much as they can.
Exactly. It's like, can we at least have it apply properly? It's not needed to just have this guy looks like a penis from nowhere. Oh. So I think I'm just doing some little bit of roundup. Actually, I think I am. Yeah, just going to here now, and then there's a couple things that we can do here. I just have to get in there. Okay. There we go. Because honestly, this is honestly a bit interesting. I think it'll explain itself here in a second, but there's a super boss here, which obviously is later, and then there was one thing that I thought we could get now, but we actually can't get until later. So, but yeah, this is basically the only safe place for half-elves. So I'm kind of curious.
There's a floating fortress in the sky.
Yeah. My main question is, how did the half-elves that are down below get up here?
I guess like elf magic.
Nah, I can see that. First city of exploit, Maxwell turned into a floating city in the sky. Can live here quietly, but that is all we have. I mean,
how many people are even up here? Like 6?
20 or so. So I mean,
there aren't that many half-elves left then if 20 of them are in the safest spot in the world.
I think there's enough of them left, just not in good positions, I would say.
And they have old people too. Yes, really
Yeah.
isn't a good colony.
Nah. Especially since I don't think I saw any place for food or anything like crops.
Maybe they just subsist on like spiritual universal energy or whatever.
That's possible. Just give me my stuff I want from you. You have stuff I want? Yeah. There's something involving Rain and Genus here, so it just, as I said, doesn't activate till much later in the game. I think we come back here a few times thinking I could activate it, but I couldn't yet.
Yeah, I'd imagine it would be important to the story at some point.
I mean, oddly, you never actually have to visit here.
Which is weird because this whole world is based around the persecution of half-elves.
Yeah. I guess the developers just thought, oh hey, floating city, people find that cool. And it's like, the thing is, the floating city happens to move around, so it's never in the exact same location as it was last time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I actually missed it my first time.
It's like, Columbia from Bioshock.
Yeah, except for not as racist.
Yeah, and, I don't know, what do you think about it as a pretty dangerous city, the fact that it was, it wasn't kept afloat by, or was it balloons? I think it was balloons and some kind of energy that kept it out.
I thought that it was like, I don't remember now.
It was something scientific. I think it's something to do with the portals or some kind of research that Lutesis did.
Yeah, I can't remember. All
Elon.
I remember is the Bioshock Infinite is probably the weakest of the 3.
Yeah, it's because a lot of the stuff that we're gonna put in, I think, ended up getting cut. Did you ever see the original gameplay trailer that they did?
I didn't actually.
It was like 7 minutes long, but there was so much in it that the game turned out not to have.
I'm curious now because it's like, I'm curious what was cut then.
I think someone did it like a hyper redux, whatever, like 7-minute video of everything that was cut from it, or like what could have been in it, stuff like that.
Right, I was gonna say stuff that we know was cut from it at least.
Apparently, it was gonna tell like a much more deeper story. About the different factions conflicting and everything like that, as opposed to just everyone is evil. Doesn't matter what background you come from.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say that would have been better. That would have been better instead of just religion evil. It's like, didn't we just play?
It went from like evil, hyper religious zealots are evil to okay. Well, what happens if the oppressed people revolt? Oh, now the oppressed people are oppressing.
Yeah.
Hey, what are you trying to tell me? Are you? Was it good that they were oppressed because there weren't violence? But was it good that? Like, I don't know what you're trying to tell me there.
Yeah, I don't either. I mean, I think I just somehow missed most of the story the first time I played Bioshock Infinite, because it's like I somehow missed all the religious stuff, and I don't know how. Like it's not hard to it's really hard to miss it because it's not subtle at all, but somehow I did.
Yeah, they were more some kind of a pseudo Baptist.
Yeah,
because they never really explicitly mention Christ or God as in the Abrahamic God. It's more of, I guess, the deist kind of God that people like Jefferson and Washington and Franklin believed in.
Yeah, I think you're right. I thought Washington did. I thought it was just Jefferson.
Well, I think it may have been Washington, but I'm pretty sure people like Franklin and Jefferson were deists, and that they saw God as a scientific thing that could be found, or something to that degree. It wasn't the traditional sense.
Yeah, I was gonna say I definitely remember Jefferson wasn't. So that yeah. No, you come back to here later. Go on, get. Like you can only access this place once.
Really?
It just has access. It just is for one cutscene, and that's about it.
Is there anything you'd miss out on for not getting it the first time around?
The main thing that I happen to have there is one unique battle background. So I do actually. It's a repeat battle, but I figured it was interesting enough to keep. So.
I'm sorry, but I'm going to wait here.
What's up?
When are we ever gonna go back and visit the Pope again? Or
Yeah,
no?
Talk about it?
yeah.
That's your business.
That's not till later though.
Lloyd, let him do what he wants.
All right, we'll catch you on the way out.
Hold on. But yeah, basically this is your typical seaside Japan resort.
It's even bunny mates.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Yep. I mean, for the most part, it's not awful. It's just, as you said, there's bunny maids. It's like, but why is there bunny maids? What does this add?
I suppose it's the cultural thing because they're popular in Japan with the maid cafes and cat and bunny themed stuff.
That is true, yeah. She does walk out, though. It's kind of a little bit more awkward when she doesn't walk out.
Walked that one right back in.
Yeah. Maybe I will just change her after all.
No one here is dressed for the beach.
Maybe him.
That's a guy? Because it's just, it looks like he's wearing Crocs, some shorts, and a shirt, and he's out in the ocean.
Yeah. Maybe they decided to make them look Hawaiian? I don't know. It's kind of how it looks to me, at least. Just a little bit, not like... Also, there's no lifeguard on duty. Maybe that's why nobody's going swimming. It's like, well, if we go in the water, we're gonna die, so...
Hey, only ankle deep, no further, everybody.
Exactly.
We don't have a lifeguard.
Exactly. Don't want you dying now. Yeah, there's not much to say about this area, honestly. It happens to have one of the Devil's Arms, but we can't get it until later, unfortunately.
400 cal. Oh, I forgot. That's like pocket change.
Yeah. That's not too expensive.
For an apparently ritzy, expensive resort, it's only like... It's really cheap.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we don't happen to get, like, the good rooms. I think we just get the basic room. Your toilet's a bucket. Go in it. That'd be gross.
Is that the kind of room we get? Like a broom closet kind of room?
Nah, it's not that bad. We I mean, it might be at the moment. There's a reason it's not later. We'll see why that is. We technically have connections to this place. We just don't realize it yet. I'll give a slight hint, though. Remember how Regal knew stuff about the mine? Maybe there's a reason for that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And, I didn't really need to come here, so I kind of wish we hadn't. That's alright. On the bright side, I do happen to cut out the stuff in between. It does make the music a little off, but, you know, it could be worse.
Yeah, I was wondering why you were walking up and then it was saying thank you very much.
Yeah. No, I typically cut that out just that way it doesn't happen. Yeah. I cut out as much as I possibly can, so. But yeah, that will do it for this episode. We will catch you next time. I thought we were in the desert from the thumbnail. Apparently not. Okay. Anyways, catch you next time, guys. Pax up bonum.